Everyone's talking about AI replacing jobs, but here's something weird. Two people can have the same exact job, same title, same company, same experience, and one of them becomes replaceable, while the other becomes more valuable than ever. So the real question is not, will AI take your job? It's, why does AI replace some people but not others? Because once you understand that, you stop thinking in terms of safe jobs, and you start thinking in terms of being irreplaceable, and that's what actually matters. Most people think in job titles. They ask, is marketing safe? Is coding safe? Is finance safe? But that's the wrong lens, because jobs don't disappear overnight. They break apart. Every job is really just a bundle of tasks. For example, a marketer doesn't just do marketing. They write content, analyze data, come up with ideas, talk to clients. And here's what AI is doing right now. It's not replacing the job. It's removing specific tasks. The repetitive ones, the predictable ones, the ones with clear patterns. So your value is not your job title. It's which parts of a job are hardest to automate. So what actually makes something hard for AI to take over? First, unpredictability. AI tries on patterns, but real life is not clean. Think about a technician fixing something on site. Two aircon units can look identical, but one has wiring issues, the other has a hidden leak, and the environment is completely different. There's no perfect template for that. That variation is hard to automate. Second, human trust. Let's say you get bad financial news. Would you rather hear it from a chatbot or a human who can explain, reassure, and take responsibility? Even if the information is the same, the trust isn't. Third, decision making under uncertainty. AI can give you options, but when there's no clear right answer, someone still has to choose. For example, should a company expand now or wait? The data can support both sides. That decision requires judgment and accountability. And finally, original thinking. AI is great at remixing what already exists. But when you need something truly new, like a unique campaign idea or a strategy no one has tried before, that still depends heavily on humans. When you look at real jobs, you start to see patterns. Take customer-facing roles. It's not just about answering questions. It's about reading tone, handling frustration, building trust. AI can generate replies, but it can't fully replicate human nuances. Or take a business analyst. AI can generate reports, but deciding what actually matters, what should we do next, that's a different skill. Even in creative work, AI can generate designs, scripts, videos, but deciding what will people actually care about, what direction should we take, that's still human-led. And then there's physical, real-world work, construction, repair, operations, anything, anywhere. The environment changes, the variables aren't controlled, and things don't go as planned. Those are still extremely hard to automate at scale. Here's what's really happening. AI isn't just replacing work, it's repricing work. The value of certain tasks is dropping fast. Execution, repetition, following instructions. Because machines can now do those faster and cheaper. But at the same time, the value of other skills is rising. Framing the right problem, making decisions, communicating clearly, connecting ideas across domains. So the safest place to be is not at the level of execution, it's one level above it. So how do you actually become harder to replace? First, stop avoiding AI. That's the worst strategy. Because the person who uses AI will always outperform the person who doesn't. Instead, use it for what it's best at. Speed, automation, handling repetitive work, and then shift your focus to interpreting results, making decisions, communicating insights. Second, build judgment. This is underrated because judgment only comes from experience, mistakes, and thinking deeply. AI can give answers, but it does not own consequences. You do. Third, combine skills. This is one of the biggest advantages you can have. For example, someone who knows data and business is more valuable than someone who knows only one. Someone who understands tech and people is harder to replace than someone who only codes. Because your value isn't just a skill, it's how different skills connect. Most people respond to AI in two ways. They either panic or ignore it. Both are mistakes, because the future isn't humans versus AI. It's humans using AI versus humans who don't. So the real risk is not that AI replaces you, it's that someone who knows how to use it better than you does. So don't ask, is my job safe? Ask a better question. Which part of my work is hardest to replace? And how do I do more of that? Because there are no perfectly safe jobs, only safer directions. And the people who win in this shift are not the smartest or the most technical. They are the ones who adapt fastest, who move up the value chain, and who learn how to use change instead of fighting it.